Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
And we're off, and looks like we got a half and half split, half Link's House, half Sanctuary. Which one do you usually prefer?
I pretty much always do Sanctuary, but it is always nice when watching them to see people go different ways.
Yeah, it's nice to see which one pays off more. Sanctuary had the bombs this time. Link's House not giving up the goods yet, but we still got Uncle to show.
Well, Lamp and Boomerang. Maybe not quite what they're looking for.
I think it was a bomb off the stun prize, so that's still good information to have really early. Means as long as you can hit those boomerangs, you won't be starved for bombs anytime soon.
Yeah, it looks like Gamachu might be setting up with that to do the front side of Escape.
Yeah, Escape needing 5 bombs to go down and clear the guard. But when you can refresh your bombs, yeah, that actually cuts down to about 3, so he should be good. Especially considering he can take these guards out for the extra 2.
Yeah, he won't be able to get bombs back off of the 2 blue guards because they'll be...
And over in Kakariko, we got a sword and blind hut. Oh, we did have a glove over in Escape for Gamachu. Chloe and Zelga getting that blue mail, so getting armor early. I kind of like seeing that armor within the first couple minutes of a scene.
Yeah, I definitely love seeing that. It basically doubles your health.
Of course, what would really go well with it right now is also getting that Dark World access. You get like sub 10-minute Dark World access, you kind of want the armor to go along with it.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Pearl yet, and then we're either a sword or cape from Aga or hammer or second gloves from, the nicer form of access.
Now, we didn't see anything in Zelda Cell, but Gamachu, instead of taking the Death Warp, since they have the gloves, they're going to go back to Sanctuary and drop into the back from. We have Race Game with just a piece of heart, so I'm not going to go for that. And Back of Escape had the map and the key, so Gamma's going to go backwards and check out that Dark Cross while they're back here.
Yeah, it's not really much slower from this side, so not too bad. The boomerang to stun the key rat is nice.
Yeah, if you've ever tried to hit that key rat with a bomb without stunning it, it can be a nightmare. Not going to lie. Dark Cross with the hook shot. Big pickup for Gamachu.
So that'll give him access to another 8 items on Death Mountain.
I wouldn't be surprised if Death Mountain is their next play. Although one thing to note, Gamachu has not been to Kakariko yet. And the only thing there is blue mail and a sword. So if they put it off for a while, they're not really losing anything.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that they actually get Darkhold access if they go up here. But it looks like they might be heading towards CAC.
Meanwhile, Chloe and Zelga on red mail already, as we have the first Chesamini Moldorm with the red mail. Looks like Gamma is going to go ahead and check Kakariko. Can't blame him. It's at least as dense as Death Mountain anyway.
It is. The reason to do the other play first would be in case Bottle or Flute is up on Death Mountain. But either way can work.
And if Mirror and Sword were in Kakariko, then Gamachu would have been kicking themselves because those 2 items would put Moldorm in play in Tower of Hera. Or sorry, Mirror and Sword or Hammer.
Yeah, that said, I mean, they're probably going to go to the east side of Death Mountain first, I would guess. Even if that were an option to them.
Zelka's going to go ahead and make this fake flipper play, so we'll see what's up on the guy under the bridge. Chloe getting that lucky full magic drop. Nothing to really use magic on right now, but it's always nice to have for later, right?
I mean, they can spam that lamp, but yeah.
This is not the Game Boy Advance version. You cannot burn bushes with it.
Looks like Chloe's going to get their glove. That'll be... I don't know if Zelga hasn't done escape yet. I was going to say that was going to put all of our runners that way, but...
Zelga, this is looking like an Eastern Palace play.
Yeah. Or at bare minimum, grabbing the 3 items behind the old guy.
At this point, if there's nothing on him, I think you go ahead and make the Eastern play.
That's not a lot.
Better than a sharp stick in the eye, because you can't carry any more of those.
He's really rooting for a vanilla bow at this point, but any kind of progression would help here.
Yeah, but considering what Gamachu has, I think it's got to be Death Mountain.
The fetch quest item on the library legend or bookshelf is so rude.
At least, well, we don't know if it's on the ped yet, so... Yeah, list of worst fetch quest locations. Pedestal is really high up there. So right now we have 3 of our runners. We have Chloe, Hublis, and Gamachu, all retracing each other's steps in one way or another. Zelga right now is the one treading new ground. For his sake, I do hope he finds something over here in Eastern, because there's only 3 items here, and it is a bit out of the way.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty likely he's only going to get 2 of them. 300 rupees doesn't really help, although, you know, it'll go towards Zora.
He already got the map, right?
I actually missed what was in Vanilla Compass Chest, so I'm not sure. This room is in logic for our other runners because of Lamp being on Uncle's, so it could be the progression.
And Chloe is going to be our first runner up Death Mountain. And more money over in Eastern. It is a dud.
Yeah, Death Mountain's got to have our progression. Or Agina, I guess. I don't think any of our runners have checked that.
Let's be honest, no one wants to check Agina. Now, Gamachu hasn't saved and quit, so probably going to check the hobo, and they have Zora money.
Yeah, Zora's also in logic because of the glove, so could actually have something. Probably just has minus 500 rupees.
I wouldn't doubt it, but it's still possible. So that's a hammer.
Oh, there's our hammer. Didn't even need the hook shot for it.
And that also puts Tower of Hera in logic.
Yeah, really looking for that pearl, barring it being on Pyramid Ledge or something really cruel.
Seen a couple of those. Zelga's going to go through the dungeon and already got all of his useful stuff. Everyone else is a mad dash up this mountain.
See what we have here in the top of Paradox.
We got
There's
a bottle.
That's
Hey,
not
weren't
bad.
you talking about that?
It's only really a punishment for Gamachu if Sick Kid actually has something, but that could if Sick Kid's got the Pearl or something, that could be a little bit of a time loss versus the other route.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily. Well, yeah, I guess a little bit of a time loss, but not a whole lot. Because at least right now they can't do anything with the Pearl.
They can't.
Oh wait, they have hammer and gloves. Okay, they can't do anything on Death Mountain with it, except Spike Cave. If they want to sequence break that with potions.
I don't know if any of them have enough health to pull that off, even with the hook shot. They only have one bottle.
Yeah, I think that requires 13. You need 13 hearts to be able to make it, and the potion is only 10 right now. So yeah, I don't think they can even do that. I think you're right.
We do have fully vanilla Hera Big Chest Pearl in play.
That would not be the Trolley's vanilla location right now. In fact, I think that'd be one of those cases where you take those.
Well, it could be really funny if somebody Hera pots.
Well, there's the big key.
Yeah, we are going to see the Hera pot, but it won't block them from getting the big chest since they got the big key instead of the small one.
That's the thing about trying newer tricks like this in a race setting is, depending on how long it takes you to do it, it could end up losing you time. Because you see Hugh Bliss, who did not Hera pot, and they're right where you would drop down if you had done Hera pot. Well, one floor below, but you drop down to get the chests.
So they've got one item left in here. It's either on Moldarm or it's in basement. At this point, I can't imagine they would skip it in basement.
Or it's right there. Or wait, we already got that one. Yeah, our first item just being 5 rupees, so... Hera hasn't paid out much yet, but it is a crystal.
Keep going for fighter swords.
That's a red cane. That's a good pickup for later, but not progression now.
Yep, means they get to skip the basement, so you're definitely happy to see that.
Does that make our progression either Sick Kid or Agina?
I don't think anybody paid Zora yet, did they?
Oh, no, they did not pay Zora.
So it's one of those 3 horrible locations. So we don't even have the option to do Aga yet.
So, does that mean we don't want to see the cape or master sword?
I wouldn't if I was running, but as somebody who's commentating this, sure, let's go for it.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Let's get Aghanim access. Let's give everyone a show.
Now the fun part is if you get down the first of those three very disparate checks, you just go straight there and hope that the Moon Pearl is on ledge.
If it were me, yeah. But then again, I'm crazy, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, there's one thing I've noticed with the qualifiers. V31 seems to love these Aga seeds.
Hey, last year wasn't any better. We had left side hook shot. I mean, hook shot and left side swamp, so...
Yeah, Hugh and Chloe both going into Eastern, which is, you know, totally reasonable place from their point of view. That's the most dense location left.
Yeah, even if it's only 2 items, it's still 2 items in one location.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3 going in with, and they're all in logic because of the lamp.
And
you just
Zelga,
can't kill worms.
Zelga got the Harapot. And there you can see how you get through Hera quickly with the Harapot, if you can get it in the first couple of tries.
Yeah, he's going to get back the time he spent on that busted Eastern because everybody else is doing Eastern now.
It's kind of interesting, though, that we're about at the 25-minute mark, and 3 of our runners are in the same dungeon. One of them's already been in that dungeon. It looks like it's kind of railroaded us in one direction.
Yeah, I think Zelga's actually got a very slight lead after he finishes, because he's going to finish with this Spiral Cave check before they finish Eastern.
No, Hugh's right there. Hugh might have a slight lead over Zelga, I think.
Oh, you're right. He's about to zone out here. It's very close all around, though.
I want to say everyone's within like 2 minutes of each other. It may depend who on the Zora Agena split, or Zora Agena and Sick Kid split.
Yeah, we're about to see Sick Kid off Hugh.
It looks like Zelga's going Agena.
I just need somebody to go Zora first.
Sick Kid with a big 20. He is not the answer.
I think it's going to end up being Zora. Just because people were there with the option to pay and didn't end up doing it.
Yeah, I know some. I think it was Zelga that didn't have the option because they didn't have the money.
Yeah, Zelga
But,
didn't have
yeah.
the money when he fake flippered, but I think it was Hugh was up that way.
Piece of heart Hanagina, so the answer is going to be Zora.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be Dark World access, but there aren't a ton of other things it could be. It could be book.
Could be Bo.
Yes.
And Zelga, that is an interesting fake flipper setup. Since we don't have Boots or Pearl, there's no way to check the waterfall yet. Desert Ledge was a piece of heart. Zora Ledge, 10 arrows, so we don't have to worry about the ledges yet.
Yeah, we're gonna get like 3 near simultaneous Zora checks.
And we know he's not being a scam artist today.
He gets there first.
Zelga mere seconds behind, and it's a Moon Pearl!
It's the nice one.
Okay, world's open, go to town. Hey, Hugh Bliss bombing Agina, and let's see if he bombs on the way out. Nope, don't have time.
Get a good long map check there that I wasn't super paying attention to. I didn't know Swamp was green pendant.
Meyer is the blue pendant, and then Turtle Rock and Thieves Town are the 5/6 crystal. So this is interesting. We have Zelga and Chloe checking out Hype Cave while Gamachu's going straight into the Skull Woods area. And I want a refund on my hype.
It's a legacy name. We just can't rename it because that's what everybody's used to.
But there's a bow.
So that means Pod is clearable now, and Eastern.
And remember, Zelga was the other one that checked Hype Cave, and they left before checking that. And Chloe is going to abandon Digging Game for now. That you've said Pod is open. Well, I think that's where they're headed.
It's a lot of items. It's hard to blame them. It would be nice to have the mirror here so you could do Pod and Eastern together. But, you know, it's something you're going to have to do eventually anyway.
Yeah, you definitely go ahead and take it. So Gamachu already found one item in that midway part of Skullwood, so let's see if everything else is still up for. And Hugh just now getting the Moon Pearl. There's a couple of Rage Slashes.
And Pod would have been bow locked. If anybody goes in there looking for one, they're gonna be sad. Or potion glitch, either way.
Oh, I've only got one potion. I think we have enough open where you don't go pod before going over to Old Stumpy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely to come up, but if it's going to come up for anybody, it would be for Zelgadis, since he already cleared out Hype Cave.
So right now, Eastern, Palace of Darkness, and Thieves Town are all full clearable.
Yeah, I'm expecting we'll see a full clear of Thieves Town here shortly. From Gamma, for sure.
Item-wise, we actually don't need a whole lot right now. Yeah, we just need a Fire Rod, Mitts, an Ice Rod, a Way into Turtle Rock, and a Sword. Yeah, 5 items. 6 if you want logical access to Ice Palace, but I think they've already proven they don't care about that.
Yeah, this could be the, not super rare, but somewhat uncommon Fluteless and Mirrorless Seed.
I wouldn't be surprised to see both in Ganon's Tower, because you need Mirror for Swamp, and yeah, you need Mirror for Swamp, which is a pendant. You need Flute for Mire, which is a pendant. And both of them could be your answers for Desert, which is also a pendant.
Yeah, so we potentially need the Mirror, because I believe Quake was on Floating Island. So if TR requires Quake to get in, you're going to need the Mirror.
Well, between Chloe and Gamachu, we have Bombos and Ether, so we'll know where all the medallions are. Oh, hey, there's the mirror over in the harmless hallway for Chloe.
Yeah, in some ways you'd almost rather have not seen that, because that opens a lot of overworld checks that are kind of obnoxious.
Fair point. And there's the flute. So, what was that about mirrorless, fluteless?
I did say it could be, not that it was. Now, the nice part of this mirror is that means that Chloe does get to do Eastern right after this.
trying to get a better look at Hugh when he swings the sword, because I thought I saw Master Sword when he swung it, but I could be mistaken. Pretty sure most of our runners have checked the same area, so it wouldn't make sense for him to have it, but I'm probably seeing things at this point.
Yeah, I'm looking, but I haven't actually seen him swing it since you said anything.
And Gamachu finding a well-guarded big 20 over in the big chest in Thieves Town. Yeah, that is Master Sword.
Okay, chat's saying that he got it off the digging game, which I did just miss. So a little bit of punishment on Chloe's side for ditching out after getting bow.
Yeah, hopefully they think to check back after blind. Chloe with the hammer strats over on Helmasaur King, 17 hits. There that goes, and got 4 arrows in. There we go, 8 arrows. Helmasaur King's down. What do we got here? All right, just a compass.
And Gamachu's gonna get their Master Sword here then.
And then probably route around and get the and get that bow.
Dig 2? Really?
Well, that's why we missed it. In, out, and on with the game. You know, it's probably a good thing they don't have flippers yet, because if they have flippers, that would have put Swamp Palace in logic. With that mirror over in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, we're going to be to the step where they retrace each other's footsteps now for a little bit, I think, because it makes total sense to do Thieves next for Chloe, and it makes sense for the others to go over to Eastern and Pod once they get the bow.
Yeah, I still say that this seed has done a fair amount of railroading. 'Cause even though Thieves Town is required as a pendant, it only really came up with the Ether Medallion.
Yeah, essentially all of our runners last location Dark World access. So
And there wasn't an item in the back of Eastern Palace because it was the map.
Yeah, Chloe will get to activate their thieves.
I think Graveyard Ledge is the next progression.
Yeah, there's a few other locations it could be, right? South of Grove, nobody's checked.
Oh yeah, it could be that one too. But I think those are the only two mirror locations that they have access to, because they can't check Mire or Desert because they don't have MITs. They don't have anything else on Death Mountain because they don't have MITs. They don't have an item to check Spike Cave unless they use a potion with their hearts, but that's not in logic.
Nobody's checked Pyramid Ledge or Catfish yet either, I don't think.
Right, Chloe was in the area, or was over in Pod area, but they didn't go up that way.
But yeah, it's going to be a little bit, I think, before we see anything new, because the most logical places for everybody to check are the places the other people have already checked.
Right, so let's try to get into their heads a little bit here. So you're going through, you're clearing these 3 dungeons, you get Flute and Mirror out of Pod. As we've said, we've got those 4 locations left. We've got the Graveyard Ledge, we've got South of the Grove Ledge, we've got Pyramid, and we've got Catfish. Which one do you check?
Well, so some of those kind of route into each other. Pyramid sort of leads to Catfish. Graveyard.
Graveyard doesn't really route into a whole lot. My thing is, there's been so many last locations, you might feel behind. If you feel behind, I almost think you abandon Pyramid Ledge and Catfish and go with your item progression and go with probably South of the Grove Ledge first, since I think it's closer.
I mean, those are all kind of miserable, but yeah.
Basically, do you go with the option that you had before the dungeons, or the options you gained while doing the dungeon?
Well, we're going to knock one of them out now.
And you mentioned this kind of routes with Catfish, so if this is nothing, I expect to see the Catfish next.
Well, he's still got Pod.
Oh, he hasn't been to Pod. No, he hasn't been to Pod yet. Okay. So Catfish 2 out of the way. Let's go to Pod.
They already paid Zora. I mean, at least you could route that in normally, but nope.
Yeah, Catfish has the item. It's Zora scamming us in a completely different way.
Okay, Chloe is going to go to the ledge after checking front of Skullwoods.
It's about the best time to check it. I I know some people put this off until they get the cape to check bumper ledge. And
There it is.
that's Titan's Mitts. That's... I don't know that you want to see that.
I mean, I don't see why not. You need it at some point.
Yeah.
That's our desert's access unless it's boots locked. I mean, even if it's boots locked, you can, check it and clear out some stuff.
You have Bombo, so you can do Ice Palace. So we need mitts for Ice Palace and Turtle Rock. But, yeah, that also opens up, as you said, Desert and Mire.
And Hookshot Cave and, Super Bunny Cave and all of that.
Yeah, you really want mitts as your go mode in this kind of scenario.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna clear thieves now because you have to eventually. Hopefully, for their sake, they do digging game after and grab that. They could also do Smith Chain stuff.
I think the worst case scenario for what's in Logic right now is if Fire Rod's in the front of Turtle Rock.
Well, I mean, there's also just Ice Rod on Ped.
We still need flippers for that, but it's looking more likely.
But yeah, I think Pyramid Fairy's officially dead at this point.
Turtle Rock is a red crystal. Yeah, that is highly likely.
Chat's correcting me. Pyramid Fairy could in fact be boots. And then GT could be boots locked or, some other scenario. I don't think Desert can be boots locked and required with Pyramid Fairy being required.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think Gan's Tower Big Key could be the only reason boots could be required. Unless Desert Palace and something's on the ped. Either way, highly unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, more likely the seed will just give that stuff to us somewhere.
Gamachu with a quick kill.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what Chloe does when they get out of Thieves Town here. They've got a lot of options. Digging Game, the Smith Chain, Dark Death Mountain.
It's possible they could end up ignoring Smith Chain and Dig Game right now. Because when they leave Thieves Town, they'll be right at the duck statue, Mirror, Flute, and Check Mire area, maybe.
I believe in honor of the holiday, it is officially a turkey statue today.
be interesting to see, though. Instead of swag duck, we have swag turkey.
There is nothing swag about turkeys.
Gamachu getting the bad news about the pyramid ledge. Going, go ahead and pick up the heart. Possibly for that spike cave check if they have to.
Yeah, they're up to the point where with a potion it's pretty safe.
Oh, Chloe hadn't even checked the village yet. Okay.
We are going to get a catfish check.
Blue boomerang.
Okay, we're getting the splash delete set up for fake flippers here.
Well, that's interesting. And the other progressive bows, so Gamachu's on silvers.
You're definitely not going to complain about that. You might complain a little that you get it right after doing Armos, but...
And Grove Ledge, big 20.
Yeah, Gamma's about to get their mitts, though. They're heading towards Graveyard Ledge. Zelga has theirs.
Yeah, look, Zelga was going for a splash delete and missed it, so he's going to do the called the Cairn jump and get that fake flipper. How many ways do we have the fake flipper at this point?
So you've got those. You've got the fairy revive stuff, which isn't exactly fake flipper, but it is similarly effective. There's a lot. Yeah, somebody needs to find one for swamp inside of swamp, and then that's really going to be a game changer. But
at that point, aren't flippers just optional? Alright, Chloe's going to go ahead and turn in our purple chest here. What do we got? Another potion.
Sort of vanilla. It normally doesn't come pre-filled.
And Zelga actually went ahead and got those silver arrows. Required for Meyer.
I mean, they could go get it.
Who wants to go up there just for a Quake medallion?
Well, I don't think they checked hooks. But it's pendant Meyer.
At this rate, the fire rod's in Meyer.
Or on pad, actually.
So Chloe's definitely sticking to logic because they could go ahead and full clear Ice Palace if they fake Flipper. But we don't know where the Flippers are. That would be completely out of logic, as you said before. Big key on the Torch and Desert.
Like, could steal the small key.
You could, but it's not in logic. This is looking like Chloe's trying to stick to the logic.
Yeah, that's fair. There's definitely one item on the right side, at least. Could be both.
Oh, that's a
hey.
nice rod. So, assuming Quake is not required for Turtle Rock, we could be a Fire Rod from Go mode.
I mean, they can just grab Quake, so I would consider that Go mode. I think they all know where it is.
Fair enough. We still need that Fire Rod, though. You know, honestly, at this point, where Chloe is... Oh, and Zelga as well. Zelga also has the Ice Rod. I honestly would have considered doing Ice Palace first on the off chance that the Flippers are in Turtle Rock and the Fire Rod is over in Ice Palace. I've seen more than my fair share of Fire Rods over in Ice Palace.
And they're able to just open it up without having to make the extra trip because it's ether. Unless you see Fire Rod, you might still pick up Quake in case you need to go into Mire at some point.
Yeah, there's still that Boots possibility for Big Key on the Torch and Ganon's Tower. Oh, there's Fire Rod.
There's Fire Rod. So
well, I would have lost this race.
I mean, technically it's not Go mode because Boots could, lock GT, but
you take that 5% chance, I think.
oh, every time.
So Zelda flew off the mountain and is going to go ahead and do Skull Woods first. Meanwhile, Chloe is going to go ahead and make their way through this Turtle Rock. Hugh, unfortunately, does not have the Ice Rod yet.
Yeah, and he's going to open up a lot of locations that might lead him away from it.
Yeah, this is going to be heartbreak for Hugh.
Oh dear. Yeah, this is going to hurt.
And look at those key locations for Chloe and Turtle Rock. That's just that Hugh just got small key. Over there on the Firelock side, we got the small key and the big key.
Yeah, he's not even going to be able to leave a portal and come back because of where Ice Rod is.
Oh, those Chain Chomps almost taking a bite out of Chloe. Oh, no!
Oh. That's real bad for Hugh.
Remember what I said before about Flippers being in Turtle Rock and Fire Rod possibly being in Ice Palace? Hugh might be thinking that about the Ice Rod very soon.
Yeah, I've heard from people who are actually good at this game that the difference between full clearing ice and go moding ice is about 4 minutes.
I wouldn't doubt it. There are a lot of checks you can skip in a Go Mode Ice Palace. Chloe's not even going to check the big chest. I think the only thing that can give Hugh a close race between these other three is if we have a big key on the torch and the boots are over here in Turtle Rock. Now, Chloe has not checked the big chest, and it's possible that the small key is, it could be a small key in the lava chest and a small key in the big chest, I think. So they might have to backtrack.
Some nice hammer strats there from Gamma on the Moth.
Take him down. Oh, Chloe bailed out
There's
on
your
the
small
last
key.
chest. Hughes checking that big chest. It was a map, so yeah, it was completely skippable.
I mean, there's a real chance Hugh tries to preserve his portal, which is going to keep him away from Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, Zelga with a very nice cold stare kill. It's a good thing to have a blue potion, because Chloe might need it. Never mind. Chloe's one hit from death, and while Master Sword, this Trinex takes a little bit of time, but got him down. Half magic on Trinex.
You know what fight I love to have half magic for? Trinex.
I know, right? Especially with Master Sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly nice for some of these other fights, including the silverless Master Sword Ganon that might be coming.
So Zelga's going to finish up Turtle Rock and then go straight into Ganon's Tower. While Chloe's still got Ice Palace and Skullwoods. Those won't take too long. Yeah, it won't be long, and we'll see who came out with the better routing.
Yeah, Gamachu's definitely behind with having Ice and TR left, but the three of them are pretty close. Now, Zelga's going to have silvers. That's going to save a decent chunk of time on Ganon.
Now, Gamma used the Fire Rod to break Cold out, so they don't have the Fire Rod for Cold Stare himself. But he's doing pretty good with these hammer strats.
And if need be.
They still do 2 hearts of damage on red, so they still hurt. And Hugh is about to get the bad news.
I mean, this could have been a lot worse for them. This is actually, less bad than I was worrying it might have been.
It is, but there's the rage slashes. He knows he's behind. But Chloe's also go-moding Ice Palace. Because They just need to clear Ice Palace, clear Skullwoods, and you then get back up to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, Zelga's ahead, I'm pretty sure, but they're definitely the two closest.
And Gamachu just got dead rocked.
A deeply familiar feeling, and not a good one.
So, half magic, Chloe was able to break Cold Stare out with a Fire Rod and get in a few shots. Still has to swipe him a few times. Still hurts quite a bit. Zelga's headed down to the Dark Room as Gamachu just now entering Turtle Rock. So that's a bit of a lead in that race.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some possibilities for trolling, but they basically all involve GT Torch having the big key.
There's still also the guess of left, right, or tile room.
Nobody guesses tile room when they're actually playing.
I might have won a race because of that. So Hugh now has Ice Palace and Turtle Rock left to do. They're definitely a bit further behind because of double dipping Turtle Rock, but it's still within a good Ganon's Tower troll of possibly coming back. And it's probably a situation where I would gamble on the tile room. Zelga using that hammer to good effect on Trinex. We have simultaneous boss detonations between Zelga and Chloe.
Yep, so Zelga's the climb up of the mountain ahead.
And we have our Gaz Tower big key guessing game. I see chat's already lit up with some responses. Where do you think the key's going to be, Mercer?
I never guess number, I always guess location. I always guess the vanilla location.
I want to see tile room.
I mean, Torch would be funny. Let's go with Torch. That's right.
Okay, I'm starting to see a lot of torches.
It could still be like boots on... actually, boots somewhere back in Ice Palace might be the meanest, but...
Zelga's going to go ahead and check Hope Room first. Big 20. 10 arrows.
Yep, so forced left side.
Unless you want to check that tile room.
As I said, forced left side.
Big
Oh.
20 on the torch.
They're having a little bit of trouble with that Master Sword bridge.
We had 2 keys over there. Zelga's going to continue to go left side, though.
It looks like Chloe skipped the Hope Room, so a little bit of time gained back there.
They probably wanted to see that moment of truth. And Hugh is out of Ice Palace on their way up to Turtle Rock as Gamachu is onto the final part of Trinex. But we are about to have 3 runners in Ganon's Tower at the same time. Tempered Sword in Rando Room. That's a bit of a bailout for Chloe.
Yeah, that definitely helps with the silverless. Obviously, silvers are still nice to have.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that they can do Master Sword Silverless, but let's be honest, do you really want to?
Well, they're going with DM strats here, so this will be interesting to see. If it's in Compass Room, they just took a lead.
Yeah, when you get the in that mini Stalfos room, when you get the key over there, some people do it, and still no big key.
Yeah, they would have missed the Tempered Sword if it had been there, but they would have taken a lead at least briefly.
If they had continued on to the Armos Knights, it looks like they probably would have found the big key and would have, and as you said, they would have missed out on that Tempered Sword. That was almost vanilla.
I believe that was, what, 21? Or no.
I believe I was 17.
17, yeah. We saw 21, but not from the same runner.
Yeah, with Zelga's loadout, I think this is their race to lose. At least out of our restreamed runners. We still do have quite a few other runners in the field. Making quick work of the first gauntlet room. Fire Rod strats on these mini Stalfos. Really quick on that second room there. That tempered sword just making work out of everything.
Yeah, you're always happy to see that sword.
Good grief, Zelga put on a clinic on that on the on those 4 rooms there. Oh, Chloe, I think, was too far away from the edge there and missed the bomb jump.
Oh, and they got bodied.
Take 3. Zelga's almost to the top, just a couple more rooms.
And Hugh's on to the last phase of Trinex. Looks like he's going to use hammer strats here.
And look at the race between Chloe and Gamachu here. Chloe just went upstairs, Gamachu right behind. This is going to be a close race for second for our restream. And Zelga's just casually walking past all the mini Helmosaurs.
Well, let's see our, geometry test here.
One, 1, 2, 2, not bad. Gamachu's going with ether strats going up the gauntlet.
Yep, and Zelga's looking for some Thanksgiving pork skewers.
Like a single cycle phase 1 there. And a single cycle phase 2. Ganon is being really cooperative for Zelga right now. Single teleports. Oh no, Silver's his one true weakness. And he misses Torch Glitch, but gets him in the center. That's a triple right there. And down goes the big pig. And ladies and gentlemen, Zelga Dissen finishing in first place overall with a time of 1:25.44. For as much as Seed wanted to run everyone around at the start, it ended up being pretty quick.
GG to Zelgatus then, and as the others head up the tower.
Yeah, everyone else on the restream in Ganon's tower at the same time. And we are joined by Zelga. GG's.
Hey, GG's, thank you.
So, first, what do you think overall here?
I was feeling really bad about this seed until I got the Titan's mitts, and then pretty much everything fell into place. But before that, man, I like the first 15 minutes, I had nothing but males to show for it from my finds. I didn't go to the castle until like basically last. Then I got the bow, almost my last location. I think I had Pyramid Ledge and Catfish before going to Pod. Yeah, this was very interesting with the way that the items started you out.
Yeah, it looked very much like a railroad from the start. Like for about the first half hour.
Yeah, like I don't think I made any terrible decisions. I just don't think that the item layout worked well for me. But all in all, yeah. Once I got my Dark World access, it just felt pretty free. Just kind of go exactly in a straight line as much as you can. And then I lucked out getting the ice rod before going up the mountain, so I was already in go mode immediately at that point. So that was just that's about all there is to it.
Yeah, Hugh was the unlucky one this seed. The only one out of the restream that did not have their ice rod before going to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. The main reason I went over there was A, that we got the flute. Just it kind of felt like maybe it was leading us over there, and B, it's like 3 quick checks before going up the mountain. And that way I'd have the Meyer medallion knowledge to know, like, do I need to do the floating island while I'm up there in case, just to be safe?
Yeah, luckily you got go mode before you had to grab that. We thought this was going to be a fluteless, mirrorless seed, though, with how long it took to find them.
Yeah. And then there were, I think there were actually back-to-back checks for me, mirror and then the flute. But yeah, that's how this was. It just felt like it was going to be one of those really long slogs. We never found the boots. Just you're going to have to walk everywhere. No mirror, no flute. A lot of save and quits. But yeah, we made it.
Yeah,
looks like Gamachu's going to get it down sub 90 as well.
Yeah, Gamachu finishing second overall with 129.45. And Chloe's the only one that didn't find the silver arrows, so they're going to have to do this, was it 12 spins?
12 with temper. They missed the torch glitch too, which is annoying.
As long... I think both bottles that were found were Blue Goose, so they're pretty safe on magic.
It's not going to be a problem, it's just annoying.
Yeah, I feel like getting the silvers was probably not worth the time it took me to go over there, but I was just really suspicious of the waterfall, mainly just because it was been on my mind forever. that I went to the Zora area, or at first I fake flippered and didn't even go to the Zora area because of no money. Then I fake flippered up to Zora to get the Moon Pearl. So then Waterfall Fairy was on the back of my mind the entire seed. Like, this could have been something really important. And I mean, silvers are nice, but it really wasn't worth the time to walk over to Catfish and get the silvers and all that.
And we're also joined by Gamachu. GG's on second.
Hey, GG's Zelga.
Yo, GG's.
So with all the fake flippering, I'm surprised nobody did Ice Palace before going up to Turtle Rock.
I was close to doing that. I felt maybe Flipper might be in Dark Dust Mountain, and with Bombos in his hand, maybe it's inside somewhere in Ice Palace. Maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar. What I was really thinking was that it was probably in Mire because we got the flute. So that's why I wanted to check that, and I saw the Mire medallion was Quake, so that pushed me up the mountain for sure, so I could get Quake from Floating Island, and then I just got Go Mode Fire Rod while I was up there.
Yeah, it turned out you saved a lot of time by not having to full clear that Ice Palace.
So nobody on Restream ended up doing Waterfall Fairy after getting that pearl?
Chloe is the only one that didn't do Waterfall Fairy, and I believe didn't you and Zelga splash delete to get into Waterfall Fairy?
Oh yeah, but I was wondering if anybody got it, right after they got the Moon Pearl.
No, everybody had finished, I believe, Eastern before getting it.
I felt a bit sad. I ended up fake flipping to Hobo. I had enough money for Zara too, but I'm like, no, that's just one awkward check I don't really want to do right now. And of course, he had the Moon Pearl.
Well, we're talking Zelga finished in 4th with 131.57, getting sniped by less than 30 seconds. And GG's Chloe.
Hi, GG's.
The only person on our restream who did not go to Waterfall Fairy and get the silver arrows.
Oh, hey, that was a convenient spot. Well.
I kind of question how convenient it was, considering everyone splash deleted to get there.
I was thinking about doing it, but it's like, I just want the Moon Pearl at this point. Because there was like no money until we got up to the mountain, so we were just flailing around.
Yeah, I think everyone last location Zora.
Yeah, y'all were all, walking to Zora at the same time.
I mean, I can't honestly see how anyone could have gotten that pearl any earlier. There was, unless you hula hand and gambled Zora super early before you even got the gloves.
And Hugh has the triple arrow set up, gets him down, about to walk through the door here. And clocks in with a time of 1:35.16 in 8th place. So everyone on the restream, top 8, sub 140. Pretty good.
I mean, I don't know, I don't think you could justify going into Swamp with the flippers where they were.
No, it was a bit late at that point.
Yeah, swamp, desert. None of the pendants had anything in them. That was
I know someone checked desert and found out it was boots locked with a map in the one chest you could get.
yeah, that was me.
Oops.
I mean, I was still looking for ice rod at that point, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, you were definitely in the right area for the ice rod. So I mentioned to everyone else that it looked like for about the first half hour or so, the seed just looked to railroad you everywhere.
Oh, yeah, just. I mean, I left Kakariko with just a sword on my tracker. That's it. Until you actually went to Hyrule Castle, I don't think there was a single item.
There wasn't. 'Cause that's what I did. I did everything but Agina before the castle, and Agina didn't have anything either.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Like, I left Kakariko, I didn't have anything. I did South Shore, didn't have anything.
I think all I had at that point was just cash for Zora. Kind of pointing in that direction at that point.
I didn't even have that. I only had like 100 or something when I finished Mini Voldorm.
Oh.
I don't think there was a 300 until the mountain for me. At least I can't remember one.
I think there was one in Eastern. I feel like I got one in Eastern and one on the mountain.
Yeah, there was one in Eastern. That's right. But I never did. I did Castle before Eastern, but then I still did Eastern before going to Zora.
Yeah, Gamachu started with. I think you started with the castle, and then once you checked Uncle, you just kept going in.
Oh, yeah, because I got a boomerang and the Uncle chest, and I stunned one of the enemies to see what my stun prize was. And it's one bomb. I'm like, oh, okay, I could use this to kill the front of escape. Then I get gloves and cash in there. That's pretty nice.
And then checked the Dark Cross and got the hook shot. I was wondering if early Death Mountain play was going to happen.
I considered it, but I also thought, if I go up there, use a hook shot to make my way up, east side Death Mountain, and with no hammer, I don't want to have to do the climb again if I find the hammer, let's say in Kakariko or South Shore. And of course, it was sitting up there.
Plus, wasn't East Death Mountain like super empty as well?
Yeah. Well, the hammer was up there somewhere.
I think it was in Spec Rock though. So it wasn't
I could have gone up there right after front of escape, but I just didn't feel comfortable without that hammer or mirror, so I don't have to skip out on Hera early on.
Yeah, Death Mountain and Kakariko are probably about equally dense.
It's just weird that they were equally empty too.
Yeah, Kek's got a few more items, but you can activate flute or sick kit if you get the bottle or flute. Any other comments on the seed? Anything else you ran into?
It was nice not having to do the pendant dungeons. I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad overall. I liked it.
It was a nice chill seed. It wasn't like any stressful things that you had to do.
Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated with Dark World access, but after that, it was pretty just straight linear. And I just want to say again, GG's to everyone. I appreciate being on the restream, the tracking, commentary, all that.
Yeah, as Zelga said, thank you guys for putting me on restream, and trackers for doing a good job.
While Hugh's credits are rolling, there's just something I would like to point out real quick. Look at everyone's collection rate.
I don't have the stream on. What's
So-
it say?
Chloe and Zelga at 140, Gamachu at 141.
And 141 for Gamachu.
So yeah, it looks like everyone checked about the same things.
We all skipped the same stuff.
Q, I would expect to be a little bit more because I think he full cleared Ice Palace.
Hopefully
no.
cleared it.
He did checkerboard before going into ice. I was actually worried he was going to full clear ice.
So maybe he has like 145. But I think it's probably about time for us to wrap things up. Thank you all for a great race today.
Yeah, thanks again for having me, and yeah, thank you for commentating as well. GG's all.
Yeah, GG's everyone.
Give all of our runners a follow. The Twitch links are in chat, but that's Chloe, Gamachu, Zogatus-san, and I'm Hugh Bliss. Anything else from you on this one, Dark Shadows, or should we wrap this up?
No, just it's been a pleasure commentating with you, and also thank you for to Nilson Alex 92 and Oro for tracking for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned to Speed Gaming 1 through 6 and ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 5 for some hot tournament action coming up, as well as the normal dailies and weeklies. I believe there's a reveal stream for the tournament groups coming up on Saturday that you might want to tune in for, as well as the SNES Superstars, I think it is, on Speed Gaming 1. So enjoy watching some speed racing action here. Give a follow to Dark Shadows 59, my co-com, and thank y'all, everybody.
And don't forget to give Mercer a follow as well. And over on Speed Gaming 1 for the SNES Superstars, we currently have Kirby Superstar running. So you want some more Speed Gaming action, go ahead and go check that out.